with regard to this interview, or at least a connection with RGV LEAD.
That's right. I serve on the executive board for RGV LEAD. And RGV LEAD, for those who don't know, is a nonprofit organization in our community that's been servicing local school districts and educational institutions for 30 plus years. It stands for Linking Economic and Academic Development, essentially connecting educators and their students with business and industry partners from our community.
And what's the latest developments with your work with RGV LEAD?
I'm very excited to talk about the new RGV LEAD Innovation Hub. This is a phenomenal new opportunity that RGV LEAD is bringing to our business community to engage with university marketing students, at least in our first year to start off with. And essentially, my students here at the university will be developing comprehensive marketing strategies for local businesses here in South Texas. So it really comes to the question, how is your marketing doing? Could you benefit from having a dedicated team of marketing students developing comprehensive strategies and plans based on sound academic research? I mean, so that's really what it kind of comes down to. I have several students throughout all of my courses. And, you know, has been my way for many years, Steve, we focus on teaching our students through doing. And so I will break all of my students up into teams, and they will be assigned a business. They will then go through in-depth research and analysis, from market and industry analysis to customer analysis to competitor analysis, to develop a comprehensive plan that is custom built to a business's growth plan. And so with that, our students will be doing all of this research, all of this analysis to come up with the best marketing strategy that a business can have. On top of that, they will be developing 30 pieces of marketing content, 30 marketing assets that a business can use to put on social media or to put on their website, or flyers, promotional materials that they can share with their stakeholders. And with that, that's essentially the basis of what the Innovation Hub is, connecting educators and their students with business and industry for a mutually beneficial win-win opportunity. But there's one more exciting thing. For select businesses that go through the program and they're engaged with the students and they're part of this for the whole semester, they'll have an opportunity to have a 2-month paid intern. So a business that works with us, the whole semester will be focused on developing the most amazing strategy that the students can develop. And for those businesses that, you know, do a great job engaging with us, they will have an opportunity for a paid intern for 2 months. So the students will develop the strategy, put it all together, and then implement and execute that strategy.
How many students do you have in your program?
130 plus. And they stem from different courses. So we have kind of our intro to marketing courses, which focus on development of foundational marketing strategies. These are strategies for businesses that are, you know, new kind of startup businesses, or maybe they're pretty young and they'd like a comprehensive marketing plan developed. Not only, you know, the research that we had already talked about, but also pricing, distribution, promotional strategy, foundational elements that really help to springboard a company's success. We also have a new product development course. So if you're an established business and you're trying to introduce a new product or service into the market, this is the class for you. These are generally junior, senior level students that are majoring in business, entrepreneurship, marketing, and they really want to get sink their teeth into a new opportunity. So the students in that course, traditionally, they will conduct in-depth interviews, do taste testing, do focus groups to make sure that whatever product or service you're trying to bring to the market is going to resonate with stakeholders. And then finally, we have our integrated marketing communications course. This is generally seniors, marketing majors. They're looking for an opportunity to put together a comprehensive communication strategy around a brand, a product, or service, whatever the objective is. Now, that one is for more established businesses. And man, it is so much fun putting together this kind of work.
So let's say a business owner sees this video and is intrigued by it. What if their question is, well, how do I know if those students are talented? How do I know if we bring them in and we have to interact and spend time with them and tell them all about the business, tell them what we're looking for, that the end product will be good? I mean, do you have any testimonials that your students are a talented group?
Absolutely. So, I mean, we've been doing this for many, many years. And, in the last 2 years that we've been doing this here at UT-RGV, we've had over 600 students engaged with over 145 companies. And several of them have been tremendous successes. One, we just came back from a ribbon cutting for Momole, which is a company that's based out of Reynosa that was seeking to bring their new mole into the North American market. And so, our students partnered up with Momole and developed a comprehensive go-to-market strategy, which involved everything that the company would need to know and understand as to how to bring their new mole product into this region. And I was so fortunate, so happy to be there on Friday at the ribbon cutting. That really kind of proves these are the kind of partnerships and the kind of experiences that can happen when we give our students the opportunity to truly practice what it is that we're teaching them. It's a win-win situation.
Well, as you mentioned, Momole, let's stick with them for a bit. What was the reaction from the owners, the husband and wife team that run that company when the students delivered? They delivered their deliverables. They produced a business plan and laid it out and said, this is what we think you should do. What was their reaction? What was the reaction of the McAllen EDC, which I know is you're connected to the Momole company through McAllen Economic Development Corporation. What was the feedback?
Oh, tremendous feedback. They were incredibly grateful. A lot of entrepreneurs, they go into creating their business with so much passion and so much energy. And a lot of times they don't have either the time or the background to develop these kind of comprehensive plans and strategies. And so when you really think about it, when you partner up with, our program and with our students, this is their grade. And these are young people, the best and the brightest young business minds in South Texas. These are young people that are really, really excited and engaged in trying to not only learn and understand, but to succeed. And they want to prove themselves. And so now we're giving our students this opportunity to engage with these businesses and to create this ecosystem where everybody wins. Because these small businesses that are either launching or trying to grow, when else would they have the time or the budget, right, to engage with this level of research and expertise? And so with that, the business was so happy, and essentially our students put together a phenomenal strategy for them, helped put their minds at ease as to the viability of entering into this market with their products. Our students did focus groups and taste testing to actually prove whether or not their mole was up to snuff, essentially, in our market. And the reviews were out of the roof. So surely they have a phenomenal product. And I welcome anybody to go test them for yourselves. Go to the Mercado District on 23rd in McAllen and go visit Momole. Phenomenal company, phenomenal family, wonderful mole.
And that's where they've landed. As you say, they're in the Mercado District. Is the plan, do they have plans, the visions to take it beyond there and distribute the food? Maybe in a big superstore type situation. Is that why they wanted to be in the U.S. market?
Yes. So, it's not only the restaurant that they launched, but they also sell the mole in packages in supermarkets, in retail stores. And so as part of our program, and because of the wonderful relationships that we have, we created a retail market pitch opportunity where Momole and several of our other companies that were working with students had the opportunity to pitch their products to junior supermarkets, because junior supermarkets was once a client and once worked with our program as well. And so, I mean, think about the phenomenal network that our business partners who engage with us can be a part of. Everything about what we're doing revolves around the success of these efforts, not only the students themselves and their growth, but also the success of our businesses. Because here in our College of Business, we focus on empowering our entire community with everything that we're doing. And through partnerships like with RGV LEAD, who's been committed to this kind of work for 30 plus years, it really puts together a phenomenal network of stakeholders that are all rooting for your success. So when you as a business engage with us in these kind of efforts, it's not just me and the students or the other professors and the students. It's an entire network and ecosystem that are all focused on your success.
Yeah, so let's go back to RGV LEAD. This is the project that you have here in the VACA school. You want to get the students, out, as I say, out in the real world, solving real practical problems for these entrepreneurs, these businesses, and that's what they're doing. So that being the case, you do this anyway. Why the connection with RGV LEAD as well? What is there anything different about being connected to RGV LEAD, or are you essentially just doing the same that you would be outside of working with that group?
So RGV LEAD serves as a phenomenal regional intermediary that helps educational institutions exactly with these kind of endeavors. Now, the wonderful connection with RGV LEAD is an expansion of our network across our region. So they not only provide additional resources, facilitation, coordination, and helping to make these projects and these efforts a success, but through RGV LEAD, now that's how we can offer and expand our services to offer the paid internships. So the businesses that are engaging with my classes this semester and beyond through RGV LEAD's partnership are now going to have the opportunity to have a paid intern, work for their businesses. That just wasn't really something that I could have provided before. So through their partnership and through their vision and what they're focused on, we spoke to the rest of the executive board, and it was just like a no-brainer. Yeah, we can do this, and we can offer the students who engage, real paid internships, and support the businesses who made that investment, not only in their own business, but into the future of our future leaders.
So you're on the executive committee, or you're on the board of directors for the executive board for RGV LEAD. So you go along to the board and say, and you're obviously a supporter of the whole program.
Sure.
It sounds as though it wasn't too difficult for you to succeed in getting the rest of the executive team to say, wow, this is a win-win for everyone.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. To an extent, yeah. I mean, I still had to present it to the board and present it to our leadership, the rest of the leadership, but it was perfectly in line with our vision and everything that we're trying to achieve as an organization in the community. Everything about trying to engage business and industry with students and with educators is really evolving and moving towards these kinds of engagements. And RGV LEAD seeks to be that key intermediary partner for all educational institutions, for all business and industry partners that want to engage with educators and students. It takes more than just saying, hey, let's go do an internship, right? I mean, there needs to be an organization that has the experience, that has the expertise, that has been doing this for a long time to understand the key little nuances that make these kind of programs a success. And like I said, this was really just a no-brainer for RGV LEAD and another opportunity for us to offer this kind of programming to the region, really. So we hope that this kind of engagement, certainly can stem here at UT-RGV, but continue to expand throughout the region.
So you've got capacity to take on a lot of companies and help them.
Absolutely. So right now we're currently recruiting, and we're looking to see if we can't recruit up to 60 businesses to be a part of this effort. which means more students, more opportunities, more local, economic impact to these businesses, and then certainly more paid interns. And that's really what it's all about, being able to increase the level of opportunities that we're bringing to not only our students, right, but to our local small businesses who need this kind of support.
So the geographical spread, is it the entire Rio Grande Valley? Companies anywhere in the valley could apply?
Really, anywhere in the United States. I mean, we've had businesses that have worked with us that are as far as, the West Coast and San Francisco to Pittsburgh, and then everywhere in between. And certainly we've been helping through our partnerships with McAllen EDC, we've been helping businesses that are out of Mexico that seek to enter into this market. Because really, when you think about the value proposition, these are dedicated, committed students who are so eager to show the world what they have. And everything that we're teaching them, they are infusing into what they're doing for these businesses. And the why? None of us ever learned how to ride a bike by reading a book. We need real hands-on experiences. And as an educator, it makes everything that I'm doing real and empowering for the students. But even for the business, when's the last time you took a marketing course? When you engage with our students, you are a part of everything that they're doing. You can see all of the deliverables. You even have access to my lectures and the material that I share with them, because you are an integral part of this entire experience. And, as far as how much time commitment would be required, roughly 30 minutes a week. So what we're asking for is if you can make it to, our campus 3 times in the semester between now and really the end of November for some in-person meetings, and then engage with the students on the platform that we use, roughly 30 minutes a week, you're going to make a tremendous impact on a future leader in our region, and then more importantly, on your own business and its future prospects.
Has there ever been anything like this in the valley? I mean, this seems so groundbreaking project. I've not heard anything like this before.
Well, Steve, I mean, this is the kind of work I've been doing for over a decade, and I'm proud to say,
but not at this scale.
No, not at this scale. We're continuing to build the capacity of this. It seems like year after year, it just makes sense. And, more and more businesses are benefiting, and students are benefiting from these kind of opportunities. And that's really why the White House invited me to go chat about this kind of work last year, to see how it is that we can build this kind of capacity across the United States. Because, the problems that live here in the RGV aren't specific to the RGV. I mean, these are issues that are in every community across the country. But here's where we start, and here's where we can show the rest of the country how this work should and can be done.
How are you going to tell the rest of the country, all the companies out there that perhaps could do with some marketing help? How do you market yourself, basically, and tell the folks in Iowa or Kansas or Virginia that you're here?
Well, really, just if you want to learn more about how to get involved with this kind of work, you can go to rgvlead.org. And certainly, I'm hoping you can share a link that we'll have, you can register for your business. But I will tell you, spaces are limited, and a lot of businesses are starting to jump on. So we're just really grateful for the opportunity to share a little bit more about what we're doing, how we're trying to lead, not only in education, but in workforce development here in our region, and continue to help our local economy grow.
60 this year, but in future years, it could get bigger and bigger.
I will say we're applying for some grants with some local foundations. Knock on wood, but it looks like we'll be able to support so many more businesses, in the future. Because it really just, like I said, it's a win-win for everybody. Our businesses receive help that they wouldn't otherwise. Our students get real hands-on experiences, and we develop and continue to grow that ecosystem and the network that supports everyone.
Eloy, thank you so much. One more time, how do people reach you?
You can get a hold of us in this program through rgvlead.org. And if you'd like to reach out to me directly, please do so at eloy.garza@utrgv.edu.